mean, why not? But I mean, they got the new house too, and like I'd be wanting to get. Hey everybody, happy Sunday night. Getting ready for the BOGP live call-in show. So settle in. Scott's watching a little golf there on the side.
Yeah, so if you see me look to the left and down a little bit, I'm just checking in on the golf.
Little playoff action. My Mizzou Tigers women's softball just dropped out of the season. They just lost this game just an hour ago. So
that's a bummer.
Kudos to Arizona. They beat us. Yeah.
My brother beat me by 17 shots on the golf
dude, Vegas only had him by 1.
I know. Well, Vegas should have had him by 2. You know how we do? So how we do is based on our handicap, whatever the difference of our handicap is.
I thought you just made that stuff up. I didn't know that was for real.
No. I used to make it up, and now he's got the golf watch.
I thought you just made it up.
Now he's got the golf watch I use, which keeps handicaps. So we base it on our handicaps. But I beat him twice. We played 2 rounds last Sunday, and I beat him both times. And after like the first shot, like I was doing way better than him after the first hole because I forgot to post it. He was like, "Well, I don't think it should be 2 shots, man. Like you've won the last 2 rounds. Like you're up 2 after 1." And then he shot the round of his life. He shot the round of his life today.
He's a hustler.
Yep. So proud of Bob, but I was not happy.
So yeah, Vegas will have to readjust their scoring for next weekend.
So I think I'm gonna have to book 2 rounds next week because it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't know. I don't know if Elizabeth wants to travel or not, but if not, then I'm booking Sunday and Monday.
That's true. So we're getting right down the way from us. There's like a wine country. Like it's down a little bit, probably 10 minutes down the road in a place called Augusta. It's like right on the Missouri River. And they've just put in this guy came in with all this money. He's going to redevelop this area, $100 million. He's putting in a 12-hole golf course.
A 12-hole?
I just read that yesterday. I was like, that's Scott's thing. It's a 12-hole golf course.
Oh my, there's like not very many of them in the country.
It must be a new thing, I guess. Like it must be trendy.
That's hilarious. So you're going to have a 12-hole.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I'm in Missouri. I think you're due for a Michigan trip, but I might have to
get out there. I know. So, and I did some, we're going to start the show, I promise, here in a second, but I was researching my rental to go to the Dodgers game. They don't have any Jeeps at the Enterprise. It's right by Disneyland, but they do have Mustang convertibles.
You gonna rent a convertible?
I think so. Pam's like, you know how much gas is in California? I'm like, you only live once.
I mean, I do have a car if you need one. So just remember that. We'll have a car. So.
Oh, dude, but a Mustang.
I know.
Wow.
Maybe I'll pick a Mustang for my vehicle. You never know.
It's like it's totally like 3 times more than the regular cars.
Yeah.
But it would be so fun.
That's hilarious. I always joke. Right. We have the Emerald Isle. That's what we always book. And there's been a couple times where like you just go down the executive aisle and you can pick any car. You've been there with me, yeah. Like, you just see that whole row of cars and you can just pick any car you want.
Stealing.
Dude, there's been twice. There's been I don't think it was a Corvette, but it was like a Camaro or something. Oh my god!
Dude, I would totally.
I have always joked like, "All right, Emily, like you're taking Vegetable Express. Me and Bob are gonna drive."
I'm like, I am paying for you to take mirrors right now, and I will make it up to you. And
that's what I was gonna do to you and Marlessa at Marathon.
Dude, I would have understood. I would have
just said you guys. I would have just said you guys.
I get it. Dude, I'm sorry. I'd have been like, I totally get it. Like, wow. Oh man. Yeah, it's so hot everywhere, and it's chilly here. Like I'm in a hoodie and sweats.
Yeah,
it was nice here.
I played golf in 50 degrees today.
Yeah.
I've been cold all day. Like I've been like just home on the couch watching golf in a blanket. I've been cold ever since.
Man, I know.
I got my 2.4 miles in. So
yeah, you are killing it. Okay, shout out to everybody. Let's get this thing going. We got Andrea, Katie, Brooke. Wade is up in Nebraska. Alfred's out in New York. Ashley's here. What's the Disneyland countdown? Is it 6 weeks from today, right?
6 weeks.
From
6 weeks is July 3rd. So like I'd already been down for like I think you're down a little bit before that.
Yeah, I'm July 2nd. July 2nd. Yeah.
So
we're getting there. Rhonda Lee's checking out, but she just wanted to drop in because Rhonda Lee's always here. So
I don't go to Disneyland until the 4th. That's the day we drive up because we're doing our first 2 in San Diego.
San Diego. Ron
San Diego.
I love that, baby. San Diego. What does it mean? Jessica's up in New Hampshire. Yes, we have long sleeves and hoodies on. It's chilly here. Oh, Jeff says 98 there. See, that's what I'm talking about. And his AC's out. See? Cold. Susan's just finishing dinner at Flying Fish.
I would have not lost by 17 shots to Bob if it was warmer today.
Yeah, going about 16. Hello to Liana.
He did shoot the round of his life, though. So
that happens. Paul says, hey, from Lake St. Louis. That's another place right down the road from us. 2 weeks from today. We're on our way to Animal Kingdom Lodge for 10 days. AKL. Have fun.
You know, when I drive up north, Mike, I may have sent you this photo years ago, but there is the St. Louis, Michigan that we drive on the way whenever we go up north on 127 here in Michigan. So there's St. Louis, Michigan.
I think there's a St. Louis in Louisiana, and there's a Missouri City in Texas that I drove through once when I was driving to Houston for a NASA thing. See, Carolyn is in San Diego. She's going to be where you are. Dennis is in Texas. Kathy's in Massachusetts. Liana's 57 in Buffalo. I listen to a podcast out of Buffalo. Some runners, brothers. They live in Tonawanda.
The people that know Dave, right? Isn't there some podcast you listen to out of Buffalo where they know Dave?
Yes, that's him. Yeah, the Negative Splits.
Yeah.
It's not safe for work, so I'm not recommending it. Don't go listening to it because it's 3 brothers, and it's not what we are. But I don't know. I like listening to it. Okay, so if you have any questions, we'll answer questions. We have lots to talk about, and we'll take your calls. So you know how we do it. So let's do it because Scott's watching a playoff golf tournament, so I'm going to try to keep him engaged. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Night Live call-in show, otherwise known as You, Me, and Scotty G. It is Sunday night, May 22nd, 2022. Hope you are doing well and had a great weekend. I'm not going to say had a great weekend. I'm going to say that you are having a great weekend because the weekend isn't over. You got to squeeze in those last few hours and enjoy it all. And we are here together, and we're going to be taking your calls here in just a second at 407-413-9395 on the hotline and talking all things Disney. We're going to hit the news here in just a second. Got lots of news to talk about, but before we do that, let's get the co-host introduced. My good friend and yours, golfer extraordinaire from up in the mitten, we have Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike. Hope you've had a good weekend. It was chilly and rainy here in mid-Michigan. I don't know how it was. Actually, I saw some storms coming your way.
Oh, man, it rained for 24 hours yesterday. I mean, and it stormed like crazy, too. It was crazy. It was like spring. It's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Right. So hoping for some summer weather, though. Like, we've had one hot week in Michigan, and you know me. I mean, we travel to Florida. I like the warm weather, so hoping we get some of that here in Michigan. But, yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good weekend. Emily dyed her hair kind of blondish. I'll have to send you a photo of that. But overall, good time with the family.
Well, just in time for California, right? You got to have that for the blonde.
Got to have your golden locks for California, yeah.
And I also saw, because, I mean, I think I told you that one of the things I've been working on for real, because we're less than 6 weeks from Disneyland at this point, I've been thinking about the hat game. Because you know me, like, I mean, I took one picture, I think, or a couple pictures down at Walt Disney World when we were down there for the cheer banquet, the cheer dinner, and I decided not to wear a hat to Planet Hollywood. In the comments I got on Instagram, Mike has hair. Is that Mike? I didn't know he actually had, a head without a hat on. And so, yeah, when I go to church, I don't wear a hat either. I mean, I'm not that crazy, but I have been worried about my hat game. And I saw that you and Emily were kind of coming around to the bucket hat, which I like the bucket hat because I do wear a bucket hat every day, like when I walk the dog. And I wear it during football season sometimes. Bucket hats, yeah.
We jokingly mentioned about that yesterday. Like, if Mike is going to – because I talked about this, Mike, to – we went on a little drive yesterday. Now, we talk about Disney, trip planning and all that stuff. And one of the comments I had was, hey, did you guys know that Mike is actually planning out hats right now?
Oh, God, yeah.
And we all said, like, I wonder if he's going to bring his bucket hats.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I think I have 7 bucket hats right now. I got Mizzou ones, Cardinal ones, Nike ones. Yeah, I got the Walt Disney World, that black one.
That's the black one. That's the one I was thinking about. I vividly can picture this photo of you, Mallory, and maybe Megan, I think, on Space Mountain with you wearing that black bucket hat.
Honestly, I had never seen that bucket hat before when I bought it. It was like just randomly on the shelf somewhere. I think it was a World of Disney. I was like, that's a weird – I've never seen that. And I bought it. And now I've seen it everywhere. Not that I'm a trendsetter, but I just happened to see it before it was like all over the place, which is kind of interesting. All right, so let's hit the news. Forget about bucket hats. You guys are like, who cares? Shut up about the bucket hats. So we will. Okay, big news of the day or of the week. I want to get your opinion on this, Scott. So this one, it affects me as a travel agent. It affects people who book packages to Walt Disney World where tickets are involved. So up to this point with Genie Plus, you could add Genie Plus to a package. And the way, if you don't know, the way Disney defines a package is a room plus any other component, which right now is just a room plus tickets. Back in the day, or possibly maybe moving forward, who knows what the future holds. It could be dining plans. It could be, Genie Plus is how it used to be, but they told us just abruptly one morning, we got this email and it said, as travel agent said, starting on June 8th, you can no longer add Genie Plus to packages. This will have to be a day of purchase for all guests, which you and me is guests with annual passes. This has been how we have had to add Genie Plus ever since it came out, because we've never had packages, because we've always had standalone tickets and room only reservations with annual passes. We didn't have them combined. But as a travel agent, for most, regular guests who are going down that don't have annual passes that get the package, a lot of times it was easy just to buy your tickets, add on Genie Plus for every day of that ticket for $15 a person a day, and it's set. Just no fuss, no muss, and you're set to go. No longer can we do that. So I want to get your thoughts on what you thought of as far as rationale when that came out last week.
I thought that was kind of interesting, because I feel like that's a big money maker up front to like put it in with the package, right? You buy your, because we're doing that at Disneyland. This is how I can really relate to this, because we had to do that with our Disneyland package.
Yep, like 5-day tickets and Genie Plus on all days.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, let's just throw it on there as part of the cost. Where for me, when I go to Walt Disney World as an annual pass holder, I think about the extra cost a little bit more, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to do it every single day of my trip. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 days now. So I find it interesting, because I felt like that probably got more guests to buy it if you put it part of the package. But I think it just makes a better playing field. It doesn't sell out though, Mike. Have you ever heard of it selling out for a day?
It hasn't, but I don't think they've had a sellout, drop dead point at this
right.
so far yet. But I think what it is that they've probably had a few days where the guest feedback has gotten so negative. They're probably like, we shouldn't have had this many allowed today. We screwed up. And so I think that they're like, what can we do? We're getting ready to move into the heavy travel season of the summer. Cause notice it's June 8th. Yeah. And then you move into the fall. And I think what it is, moving through the summer and forward, is that if it's a day of purchase and they see that they hit a certain threshold, it's easy to just say on the app, sorry, no more Genie Plus.
They cut it off for the day.
4th of July, sorry, no more Genie Plus. And here's another thing. It would be a lot easier for them to go from $15 a day to $20 a day moving forward.
True.
Because it's not, because right now as a travel agent, I'm encouraging my guests that have tickets, if they're going to get it now, because here's the thing. I can add it onto packages for $15 a day a person all the way through the end of the year for these 2022 packages. And you're locked into that price. Now, who's to say that on the 4th of July, Disney doesn't charge because of surge pricing? I mean, they do this with individual lightning lanes and so forth. And ball games do this, when the Cardinals play the Cubs, the tickets are more expensive when they play the Pirates. Who's to say that this isn't stage 1 in surge pricing for Genie Plus too?
Yeah, I know. You're right on it. I mean, surge pricing is definitely a thing. I mean, we do that with regular day tickets these days at Walt Disney World. So yeah, it's very interesting. I'm curious what it'll see like. Maybe it has something to do with Guardians. I don't think so, because Guardians is separate, right? Because that's going to be the lightning lane where you have to purchase individually. So that shouldn't have an impact here, because I don't think you need Genie Plus necessarily for that. So very, very interesting news, but I'll be curious to see how this goes moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, but it's just a heads up. If you're going to get it and you already have an existing package, you have till June 8th. I mean, you don't have to rush and get it today or tomorrow, but just set an alarm and to make that decision early June, get it locked in, because, the thing is, you're going to have a huge advantage over everybody else if you get it, because you're going to have it. And that's one less step you're going to have to take, say in October. I mean, in October, if you have it locked in on your package, you're going to have an advantage over about 98% of the other guests on property at that point, because most people won't have it. I mean, And the thing is, I don't know if you know this, but you can buy Genie Plus day of after midnight. So you could actually buy it at 12:01 a.m., have it on, and then get up at 7 a.m., make your first choice.
Yeah.
You
How
don't have
brutal is that going to be, though? If people are starting
know.
to do that now,
It's so
like,
hard. I know
yeah.
there's so many steps now.
I know Beth has done that for us, though, because one day we planned it. We really wanted to do it. So she bought it at midnight. I'm like, oh my God, that's a crazy extra layer of your vacation. Like, you spend all day in the parks, you have a great meals, great time with the family. Then you set an alarm at midnight to buy Genie Plus. It's going to happen. People are going to do it, but that's so crazy to me.
I mean, it totally, I think, and Kathy kind of says this in the live chat, is that I think people are really now going to look at what day am I going to use it. I think that Disney is going to lose out on, people
They're losing out on revenue unless they bump the price up, like you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, I don't think they're looking at it as a loss leader, kind of thing. They got to be saying we're going to, but also it could be, I hope they're looking at guest experience first and foremost, which I don't know that they always do, but they should be. I mean, you got to keep your guests happy to keep them coming back. Well, you got to look long-term. You can't always look short-term. And that bothers me. But yeah, I mean, if I had a 7-day package and I had to buy it every day, I'm probably not going to buy it for 7 days. I'm probably going to say, here's my 3 or 4 days where it makes more sense. I'll buy it here. Cause I might just want to sleep in one day and, sleep until 10, and I'm not buying a Genie Plus then, it just doesn't, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. And you'll probably see I don't really need it for my Animal Kingdom day. Like, I feel like Animal Kingdom, you'll never see and maybe, Flights of Passage. They have, every park has great e-ticket attractions for it, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that rolls out later. I guess it's going to be a while till we really notice it, right? And maybe until 2023, because like you said, Mike, you can still have it for this year, if you've already booked the package. But I'll be curious to see.
Right. Okay, a couple other things. You mentioned Cosmic Rewind. So we found out this week that Cosmic Rewind will not have a standby line at all. It's going to have something slightly different. Okay, so it's going to have individual lightning lanes, which you can purchase every morning. It's also going to have the virtual queue, but this virtual queue is going to have a little bit of a twist. It's going to have the 7 a.m. drop. It's going to have the 1 p.m. drop, which for the 1 p.m. drop, you have to be in the park to do that, just like the old days with Rise and with Ratatouille. 7 a.m. you can do from anywhere. But then I thought it was super interesting because nights that Epcot has the extended evening hours for deluxe guests, it will have a 6 p.m. drop for virtual queue. So what'd you think about that when you
me, I like that. I love these after.
It's for good reason. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're paying for a deluxe resort. You get this perk where you can do after hours. I think that's perfect. It entices you more to not. I don't think anyone's going to go out of their way to book a deluxe. If I'm staying at Pop Century for a week, I don't think I'm going to bump up to, the Polynesian just so I can get this extra perk, but it's nice to have if you already have that book. So I think it's good on Disney to do that.
What I am seeing guests do, though, is if they're staying at Pop Century, they will take the last night and try to line it up with an extra evening, with a night where Epcot has an evening extended hours for the deluxe guests. And they'll say, okay, my last night, I'm going to stay at Yacht Club. We're going to enjoy Stormalong Bay. We're going to go to the park that night. And it's almost like having a hard ticket event plus Stormalong Bay. And it almost makes financial sense.
Yeah. And it's kind of great because you splurge yourself. You deserve that extra night at Stormalong Bay. I'm all about the pool days.
Yeah, because you get a pool day to kind of chill at the end of your vacation. It's almost like going to a water park, and then you get almost like a hard ticket event. You don't get the snacks or anything, but you get all that free time in the park too.
So. And I love that your guests are doing it at the end, not starting there and then moving to Pop. And I'm not knocking Pop or any Disney resorts, but we've always said on the podcast, right? You want to start with the values and gradually grow as your trip goes on. So great.
All right.
Stuff happening there.
Couple other things. A shout out to George, who is down at Yacht Club right now. Speaking of Stormalong Bay,
dude, it looks like he had your room, because he's on the ground level with the view, basically that you had.
Well, I try to keep it for all the Be Our Guest podcast listeners. I try to be this is ours. This is forget what the number is, but it's right there on the corner. Okay. Most important news. We found out the Eat to the Beat concert series acts for 2022. I'm just going to go through a few of them. We got the Baja Men, Big Bad, Voodoo Daddy, Taylor Dane, Tiffany. Some of these are there every year. Joey Fatone and Friends, the Devon Allman Project. Don't even know them. Christopher Cross.
I will be there for Christopher Cross.
Exactly. Bust out the prop. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear the hat. I'm gonna wear my captain's hat for Christopher Cross. Sailing. You know, you got the Arthur theme song. So I mean, so
Yeah,
many great ones.
dude,
That's gonna be an epic night.
yacht rock extraordinaire. Journey former lead vocalist Steve Augeri, I guess that is.
Yeah, I think I'm there for that too. I might pass. I just want to see Chris Cross.
Yeah,
Not the ones that will make you jump.
yeah.
Just
That'd be cool too, though.
Yeah, right, Chris Cross.
They should have not the guy from Steve Perry. That'd be better. Air Supply, Southern Avenue, Chris Allen and David Cook, Hobostank. Let's see here. Let's skip through. I don't know some of these. Sheila E, Mark Willis, 38 Special, Billy Ocean, Hanson, and Boys to Men.
Wrapping it up with Boys to Men. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Come to the end of the road. Remember that at our project graduation at the end.
They're gonna remix that to End of the Finish Line for all those doing wine and dine that week.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, so let me ask you about because here's one other piece of news that came out, and I'd ask you about this. So the red car trolley is coming back to Disney's California Adventure.
Ding, ding.
Is that a big deal? I mean,
oh yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah. I mean, you just think about like Main Street vehicles, like at Magic Kingdom and Disneyland. It's like the Main Street vehicle for DCA. It's super cool. It has like the bell that's dinging. It's open air. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And it goes down to like kind of where like Tower of Terror is and all that, or Guardians coaster, and has this like really cool route. It's a lot of fun. You have to do it.
And we got the best news that I sent this to you. You were driving last
night.
I found this now again, things can always change, but there was a news article in a newspaper in California in LA that said that they have a confirmed reopening date for Pirates of the Caribbean, June 30th, baby. I was like, because we're checking in on July 2nd. Talk about cutting it close, boy. Woo.
That's so awesome. Like, I mean, it was going to be a great trip without pirates, obviously, but man, that just makes it so much better. Pirates at Disneyland. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to give any spoilers, but you've heard so many times how epic it is. So looking forward to that. And I hope we can book some Blue Bayou too. Like, I really want to dine there.
So want to do that. Yes. And I keep seeing these articles about how bad the Matterhorn is, but I don't care if they have to take me out on a stretcher. I'm riding it.
Oh, yeah. You have to.
Yeah. It was an Inside the Magic article about how horrible it is.
I know. He's in the chat. Our friend Moose. He wasn't going to do the Matterhorn, but like a buddy from work like insisted that he do it. So he did it once with like Sabrina, I think. And yeah, I would love to have him on the show to talk about his thoughts on Matterhorn.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm so pumped. Yeah. Blue Bayou, we got it. I just cannot wait. So less,
dude, I mean, like all the cards are falling, man. Like it's going.
That's
like,
what
we got the nighttime shows that are coming back. The Red Trolley. We got Pirates, Blue Bayou. Like this is going to be such an awesome trip.
It is, and it's so weird because, and I was telling my wife this about the Disneyland trip, is that like things have been kind of iffy with Walt Disney World decisions over the past 6 months, right? It seems like people are upset with decisions that are happening at Walt Disney World for the summer. Just like things are just not going where people are typically, more excited about the next decision. Usually it's a little negative, a little positive, kind of one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. But for Disneyland, maybe it's just because I've never been there and I'm just so overwhelmingly like just rose-colored glasses. But you've been there a bunch of times. It just seems like they just keep. It's almost like they're just trying to like entice me so hard. Like it's like, we're going to reopen Pirates. We're going to bring back fireworks. We're going to have the Main Street Electrical Parade. We're going to have this cool merchandise. I mean, it just seems like it is going to be the perfect time to be. It can't be this good, but I am so excited. I'm not going to sleep for 6 weeks. I can't.
Yeah. And like Fantasmic's coming back too, which is another, like, I know that's your Pam's favorite nighttime show, and it's way better at Disneyland than Hollywood Studios. And I love the Hollywood Studios version, but yeah, like all the pieces are aligning perfectly. The only thing that could have been better, I guess, for you is if the Cardinals were actually playing at Dodger Stadium.
Right. Or the Angels. The Angels aren't in town, too. I'd have loved to see Trout and Shohei Ohtani at Angel Stadium, but they're out of town the whole week. I'm like, oh, whatever. You can't
get too mad. Like, I think you'd rather have Pirates than that.
I would. And I'm going to get to go have a Dodger dog at Dodger Stadium, and I might rent a Mustang. So, I mean, I can't wait. Who knows? I probably won't because it'll be too expensive because I'm cheap. But the thought entices me. Anyway, let's open up the phone lines. 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395. Ricky is going to be joining us this week, and she has been to Disneyland and Walt Disney World this week. She has been to both coasts, and she has been on Cosmic Rewind, and she's done all the Disneyland stuff. So I'm sure she'll have plenty to talk about.
I'm sure
You know,
she will.
Ricky, she will. It's going to be fun. But let's get to our first caller of the night. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike. Hey, Scotty. It's Dennis. How you doing?
Hey, Dennis.
Dennis,
Good.
how you
Hey,
doing?
okay, real quick. I know off topic, but topical to us. Bennington, that was a dirty play.
I don't care what anyone from Colorado says. That was an incredibly dirty play.
Absolutely.
And
oh,
I was very aggravated by that.
I'm telling you. My dad's working for the Avalanche too. He's got a thing for Kroenke. Like my dad works for the Rams. Now he's doing the radio for the Avalanche. I can't even talk to my dad right now. He's probably listening. He's a traitor. No, go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Hey, man, you got to make your money while you can. That's what he says. So it's an easy job. So now you're speaking of Disneyland though, because I'm going to turn this into Sports Open Line, which we could, with you and Scott and I. But you're headed to Disneyland this week. So what are you excited for?
So I get there early on Wednesday. I have a really early flight on Southwest, and I am headed straight from the airport to Disneyland. And then my plan is to get the lay of the land, and then I'm going to be at Celebration for 4 days, and then we'll be going back on Sunday night, Monday, and then Tuesday. But I'm there mainly for the Star Wars. So I can't wait to see Galaxy's Edge. It'll be my first time checking out Rise of Resistance, Smuggler's Run, Oga's Cantina, all that great stuff.
I can't believe that you've never been to Galaxy's Edge. You've never been to the Walt Disney World version either?
No, I was supposed to go to both of them in 2020 before COVID canceled those plans.
Oh.
I was going to chaperone a trip for my son's orchestra, and then I was going to Disneyland then for Celebration, but all that got canceled, and then just haven't had the time until now. So this has been really pent up for me, and I cannot wait to get there.
But you know what, though? The stars are kind of aligning because you'll be at Star Wars Celebration and going to Galaxy's Edge the first time. I mean, talk about a thematic kind of all, everything coming together on one trip. I don't know anything about Star Wars Celebration, but like, what's the biggest draw for this year? Is there any huge appearance by any of the stars of the franchise, or is there anything really exceptional happening this year? I would love to do something like that, but I've never gone to a convention like that.
Well, it's a little unusual because there's no movie coming out this year. And usually Celebration corresponds to one of the movies coming out. But we've got the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series starting on Friday. And so Ewan McGregor is going to be there. And I've got an opportunity to meet him on Saturday, which I'm really excited for. And then beyond that, it's kind of a mystery because we just don't know exactly what the future for Star Wars and movies is right now. And so I'm kind of hoping to learn that over those 4 days.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let me ask you about Disneyland outside of the Star Wars stuff. Galaxy's Edge, obviously, all the Star Wars stuff. Is there something small like the other day? I was taking Paige off of our Disneyland reservation because she's not going to be able to make it. She got that new job, so I had to pull her down. And this is one of the few times in my life she's actually saved me money because she's not going, so I didn't have to pay extra for the third adult. But the cast members tell me about the Little Man of Disneyland and where to find him. Not heard of him, and I'm like, she's like, you got to go over by Indiana Jones. I'm like, stop. I don't want to know all the details. Like, I'm trying to find stuff out when I'm there. Like, okay, that's great. Is there any like, historical things? Like Scott keeps saying, I got to see the tree stump,
petrified tree. Yes. Yeah.
The petrified tree, like that guy. Because Disneyland has that kind of stuff. So is there any kind of geeky stuff that you're really looking forward to?
I've kind of adopted your approach to all of this, which is to not look into the park that much before I get there. The last time any park was brand new to me was 1998. My wife and I were at Disney World for our honeymoon, and Animal Kingdom was opening. And so we got to go for soft openings for resort guests, and there was nobody in the park, and it was absolutely amazing. And I had no idea that was even there when we got down there. And so I'm kind of hoping to recapture that feeling by getting to Disneyland. I know there's Jungle Cruise. Pirates won't be open when I'm there, which I'm kind of disappointed about, but hey, that's just one part of it. I'm looking forward to seeing their Indiana Jones ride and Cars Land over at DCA. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to being surprised by all of it.
Same. I mean, I just like, yeah, just even like, oh, I've never seen that food cart, that snack cart, or that restaurant, that little, quick service place. It's just, I don't know.
Is Space Mountain still going to have their Star Wars overlay when you're down there, out there?
I believe they are.
I think so
That's my
too.
understanding. Yeah.
Which I've done that before. I mean, because that's one cool thing about Disneyland. Like they do like a lot of these great overlays, which I know they're starting to do at Walt Disney World now too. But that makes trips kind of more fun too, right? Like, oh man, there was this one time I was out there and they had the Star Wars Space Mountain thing going on, which I think will be fun, and it'll really fit in well with your celebration theme too that you're doing. So I hope that's happening.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking out Space Mountain down there because I understand it's a lot easier on the joints when it comes down to it. And I'm in that same age group as you, Mike, where you get off the ride at Disney World and you have to head to first aid in order to recover.
I know, you pull into the station and you're like, crap, how am I getting out of this thing? I was like, oh my God, they're going to have to put me right through the tunnel. And I'm going to be, somebody's going to be looking at me on the other side because I couldn't get out. One other thing. So you had some hot comments there on the Genie Plus thing. And I tend to agree with you. Like, I understand that everything's changing and the Six Flags, because I get it. We live right by Six Flags here, in St. Louis, and they have because Mallory goes with her friends. Her friends got a season pass, and so she goes, and they have something called like Flash Pass or something that you buy for the day. It's like it's like a fast pass, and everybody's got these things now. But it feels like Disney was doing it right with Fast Pass, and everybody was happy. And I think there just has to be a point where you got to say enough's enough. And I think that's what you were kind of saying in the chat. Is it not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was always that rush at 60 days out to go and get your fast passes. But the thing is, you knew 2 months in advance that you had a handful of rides every day that you were going to get to do. And now with this Genie Plus system, it sounds like it's great over at Disneyland, but there's just too many people at Disney World, and you're paying for a service that doesn't sound like it always delivers. And unless you put a lot of effort into it and you get up first thing in the morning, you may not get your return on it. And I just like the idea of the old days when the Fast Pass was, again, like I knew any day that I was going into the park that I had reservations for 3 attractions that I was going to get to do. And then if I use those up, then I could possibly make more. But if not, it didn't cost me anything.
Right.
And now the thought of that, if in a busy day in the summer, if I'm going to be down there, I'm going to have to potentially stay up till midnight to make sure that I get Genie Plus if I want it for the next day, and then get up at the crack of dawn the next day to make sure that I get my first reservation in. It just seems like more imposition that I want to put on myself for vacation.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like vacation. It does not sound like.
Yeah.
On vacation, you should not be required to either stay up late or get up at the crack of dawn. I mean, it's just in every day. I don't know, Scott, how do you feel about that? I mean, because I get up early, but I'm definitely not staying up. I mean, you can't do both. Like you can't stay up past midnight and then be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock to get cracking on things.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're just talking about, like booking the Genie Plus at midnight, like after you just spent a whole day in the park, like setting an alarm just to get that, then go back to sleep, then wake up again like at 6 to book your Genie Plus reservations. I mean, that's a lot of work. Like I just want to go down there and vacation, you know? But
I know. I mean, to be honest, that's why I have not yet purchased Genie Plus ever. But again, I go into the parks. I am not your typical guest. I'll go in and ride 2 or 3, 4, 5 rides, but I'm totally happy with doing things like Carousel of Progress, People Mover. I'll jump on Jungle Cruise if it's a short wait, Pirates. A Big Thunder to
Jungle Cruise hasn't had a short wait in like over 2 years.
Right. You know what? I'm fine with like 1 or 2 long queues. I'm cool with that. But and I understand people that are going once in a lifetime, like that's important to them that they want to lock that in. But Dennis makes a great point where you had 3 guaranteed really good attractions, and then you probably could get 5 or 6 or 7 in a day if you got your times right, but you were guaranteed 3 with no upfront cost. There was no gamble. Where this way you're throwing down $15 a person on the chance that you could get some stuff. I think that's what you're saying, Dennis, is like before it wasn't a gamble. You were guaranteed 3 things. Now you might get 3 things, but you're also putting $15 on the table per person for even a shot at that.
Yeah, exactly. And if it gave you more guaranteed rides during the course of the day, I would be more in favor of all this, but it just doesn't sound like it's ever worked the way that they intended it to at Disney World. And I don't know. I would be happy to pay the $15 per day if I could book those rides 60 days out. And so at least I knew. And if they want to sell it to us that way, that would even be an improvement. But it seems like there's a lot better ways of making the system work than having you enter a lottery that you don't even know how much value you're going to get out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. Like if they said $15 a day and we're going back to the Fast Pass Plus system, I would buy into that. Like pay your $15 a day. It's 60 days. You can pick 3 things, and then once they're sold out, they're sold out. But have it 60 days. I just don't want to have to do it that morning. I don't, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and you can't book all 3 at the same time. Like you have to book the one and then wait, which, I totally get what you guys are saying. Like I would much prefer, I was not a big fan of Fast Pass coming back and to begin with, but like I was okay with the idea of it. But like this form of it, this version of it, like I can't 100% buy into it.
It just seems like you're always checking. You're always worried about the next move, and the true beauty of a Disney vacation is being in the moment. But you really can't be in the moment because you're worried about, okay, my window opens up for my next Genie Plus opportunity in 42 minutes, kind of thing. Which, I mean, you can still have a great time. Don't get me wrong, but you can't really lose yourself and say, for the next 6 hours, I'm going to put my phone down. You can't do that.
No.
Yeah. Whoever would have thought that we would have been complaining about Fast Pass leaving? You just don't know what you got until it's gone. I guess it's the old song right there.
I tell that to my kids all the time. I'm so old. I'm like, you better watch what you wish for. You might get it. Exactly. Well, Dennis, hey, if we don't talk to you, you have a great time out at Disneyland and save some fun for Scott and I. But may the force be with you out there. And tell Obi-Wan we can't wait to see his show on Friday.
Will do. May the force be with you guys.
All right, take care.
May the force be with you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
He's such a nice guy. He is such a great guy, and I'm so excited for him. He is going at the same, he's going for the first time, like right before I am. It's so fun because we've been kind of on the Discord talking about this kind of stuff, and it's exciting times. I wish Pirates was going to be open for him though too. I'm so sad about that. All right, we have our next caller. It's Alfred. Alfred, what's going on tonight, bud?
Hey, not much. How are you?
I'm doing well. I hear it's hot in New York City.
Oh, that's brutal today.
And I have on a hoodie. It's weird. It was hot here earlier, but now it's chilly.
Yeah. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good, Alfred. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm not happy with Genie Plus either.
Okay,
I've never used it, and I never will. And my thing is, people should stop using it, and Disney would do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I see what you're saying, but like, that would just be really challenging. But like, it's interesting though that like how Mike kicked off the show though with that news report, how like it's not going to be part of the packages anymore. Like that's almost a way of saying like, yeah, don't use it anymore. Like I don't know. Like I feel like they're leaving money off. They're taking money off.
Here's what it is though. It's such an overwhelming financial success that they have to restrain it. This is so popular. That's why you can't go about it and say that people aren't going to use it, because people are overwhelmingly using Genie Plus.
Yeah.
More people are using it than they expected it. Yeah, so they need to rein it in is what they're doing. Too many people are using Genie Plus.
Also, Disney is going to rein it in, but the guests have to stop using it. If Disney finds that it's hurting their pocketbook, they'll take it away.
But look at human nature, though. Okay, so I always take things like a situation like this. I always take it like out to the extreme, right, and see how human nature works. Okay, so say that does happen, and 95% of the people who are using Genie Plus right now decide on principle to not buy Genie Plus to send a message to Disney. Those other 5% are such in a catbird seat, because they're going to have an optimal Genie Plus system to use. They're going to be on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook showing how awesome this system is, because they're going to get every reservation they want, never wait in a line, walk on every attraction. And guess what you're going to want to do? You're going to want to buy Genie Plus. It would never work. Everybody wants it.
Yeah. I see that point, but I just don't agree with it. at all.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was Fast Pass Plus, like Dennis said, and
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
just I like it just because just for the vacationing portion of my trip. When I'm down there, I don't want to have to do this every 2 or 3 hours. I just want to say,
Right.
okay, I did this a couple of months ago, and this is what I have, and if I get 3, that's good, and then the rest of them I'll wait in line.
I mean, I even like the idea of like
This
keeping
film.
it, and then you can still book your 3 ahead of time. Like I thought it was a really good idea. Like you can still I'll still pay the $15, but 60 days, let me book my 3.
Yeah,
and maybe I could say something that's probably gonna fire you up a little bit, Mike, but like maybe even like tier based on the resort you're saying. Like, if you're staying at deluxe, you can get 5 even, or 4 or something crazy like that.
That used to bother me, but at this point, I don't think it would. Because I just, it's just how things are going. Like, to be honest, if you're paying $700 a night versus $200 a night, it's like you're getting a better pool, you're getting better restaurants, you're getting softer toilet paper. What if you get an extra 2 or 1 or 2 Genie Plus selections a day? It's just an extended amenity, is what it is at that point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alfred.
So the other thing is, I love the race car trolley, just so you know.
What is it about it? Because I'm excited because everybody gets hyped over this thing, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that it takes you around. It's fun. And then they do, I think they're still going to do it. They had the Newsboy show
Yes.
with Mickey Mouse.
Nice.
So, and that was just so much fun to watch. It's the best.
It's just another mode of transportation in the park, like which I'm all for, like with the Main Street vehicles, things like that. Like I love stuff like that. It makes it fun. It makes it feel like you're back in Hollywood or like out in California doing something exciting. Like it's just fun. That's the best way I can describe it. There's no real magical thing to it, but it's just fun.
Great.
So you get to ride it though, like you can hop on it and ride it down the street. Because I've never been on a streetcar in my life. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So
cool.
The other thing you have to do when you're there is the animation building.
Okay.
Okay, and make sure you do the drawing. It's so much fun.
I will, and I will post it, and it will be terrible because I am the world's worst drawer, but I will.
No, you're not. I am.
No, I'm terrible. I am.
There'll be a contest then, and we'll post them without saying who drew what, and then the people can decide.
My girls can draw. I cannot.
I can't either. Don't worry, Mike. But the way they teach you how to do it, it's amazing how close it comes to what they're doing.
I will give it a shot.
We can still do that at Walt Disney World too, right? Can't we, like at Rafiki's Planet Watch?
I think
Don't they have that still,
I think that's where they moved it to, which is a weird place. I mean, I guess it's an educational kind of kids place, but yeah, it made more sense over at the studios when they had the animation part. Yeah.
So, and also in Disneyland, you need to ride, without a doubt, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, okay, I'm in. Yeah, see, I'm in for that. Like, there's rides I haven't done, like that. I've been telling Scott, I want to ride that Casey Jr. train. I want to be in the little cage in the back, like I'm an elephant or something. Yeah, one of the cages.
And the storybook.
Yes,
the storybook.
The canals.
Yeah, I want to do those. Yeah, the just the little quaint things. Yes, that's what I want to do.
Alice in Wonderland is my favorite dark ride, and I've been in that line so many times where it just stops working, where like I'll wait 45, 50 minutes, and then like I'm right up to the next person, and this has happened twice to me, and then it's just rides down. Like, no! But still worth it.
Mike, I had so much fun on Alice in Wonderland that I actually fell out of the car when they came back into the queue.
That's
no. That's because that's like it's not even like in a secret spot. I mean, that's like right in front of everybody in the queue. Everyone saw that, Alfred.
I was so excited. I just went to get out and I fell right to the ground. It was wonderful.
Hey, that's everybody's having fun.
So speaking of Alice in Wonderland, though, right next door to Alice in Wonderland, Mike, you're gonna like not like this either, but you have to do it. Is the Mad Tea Party at Disneyland, but it's so much better because the open air. Like we just won't spin it. All right, we'll just ride it for fun.
I'll be holding that thing so we don't. Yeah,
but it's so great there.
It's the iconic attraction. Like you got to do.
And at night, like with the lights lit up over it. Oh my gosh! Can we just be there right now?
Oh, can I just get on the plane?
The whole thing is with Disneyland, they have so many different things from Disney World that those are the things you have to do kind of first. You have to know you've done them, like Frog and Toad. Got to do that. It's so fun. You know, the teacups, they're so different because it's the way it's outside. It's so much different than you would expect.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I'm jealous because I want to go.
Hey, it's there, and I have a feeling I'm going to be going back and forth now between World and Land after this. So, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And you have to. The next time the expo comes around, you have to do that.
See, I don't know if I want to sit in a hall. Like, I'm not a person who wants to listen to guest speakers. I don't care who they are. I want to go to the theme park and have fun. And I know people all have different things, but that's just me. I was jealous of the D23 thing in Marceline, though. That was pretty cool. I saw some coverage of that because I love Marceline. But, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing in Disneyland, you have to do walk in Walt's footsteps so you can go into the apartment.
I know. I need to try to get in that. I should. It's probably full, but for my trip by now. I didn't think about that.
No, not always.
I'll have to look. Maybe I'll get that on my agenda for tomorrow. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look into that. I'm glad you reminded me of that. That's really dropped the ball.
I usually buy that when I'm there. So.
Oh wow. This year though, everything sells out immediately, like in the whole world. So
Disneyland reservations in general are like, every time I go into Disneyland, I booked everything like fantastic dinner packages, everything like 2 nights before. I had to be there right at 9 a.m. Eastern time every single day to book it. Like, and they were just gone instantly. It's crazy.
We're going to July though. Yeah, so we'll be there.
I mean, it's a busy time too, right? But I think it's part of it is because all the nighttime spectaculars are coming back too. Everyone wants to do them.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the.
But you can book Trader Sam's now as a reservation, which is I found very interesting. Unlike that Walt Disney World, you can actually book a reservation to have a meal inside and have a cocktail. I thought that was.
We have one of those. Wild. You're doing that the night we go to the dive.
I have one of them.
I'm going to walk up that. I'm definitely going there. If I have to camp out at 4 o'clock.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
Now I'm losing it. Oh my goodness. Oh, with the cruise, how does that work with making payments?
You just got to make your deposit, which is 20% to guarantee the stateroom, and then you can make payments until the final payments will be due March 28th of 23. Yep. They're
March 28th.
Yeah, they're 90 days ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Which that's about 96 days. I give about 6 days leeway. What's that?
Do they tell you how much to pay, or you just make payments?
You don't have to, once you make your deposit, you don't have to make any other payments until the final payment date in March. But some people make, just shoot me an email like I want to make $200, today, or whenever you want to make a payment, you just shoot me an email and I make the payment. I just call it in.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Cool. Some people do it. And then I always wish I would do like my guests, because when my final payment comes due and I never did make partial payments, I'm always like, I should have been like my other guests and made partial payments, and I wouldn't have to make this big old final payment, but I never do. I'm not disciplined. I'm done.
Yeah. And then if you have 2 people, is it cheaper per person, or?
It's the same price for 1 or 2 people. So you should probably have 2 people in your cabin.
And then you split it in half.
Yeah. Well, the only difference in the price would be the second. It goes up slightly because of taxes and stuff and port fees, but it's almost exactly the same price for 2 people. Yep. So you because they can't sell that second bed.
3,700 of 4,000.
Yep. It's close.
And then you split it, and it's 2,000 each.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So it is better to have 2 people rather than 1.
It is way better to have 2 people in a stateroom. Yeah, it makes way more sense. All right. Well, hey, let me know if I can help you with that, because I got to run, because we got a couple more on the board here. So I'm going to in before we go. All right. See you, Alfred. Take care.
Have a good night, guys.
You too. All righty. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. 407-413-9395. I saw Brooke just fall off the board here. We had another one. Jeff's on the board. Let's get Jeff in here real quick.
There's a question about the BOGP Open for this summer out there. I saw.
Oh, I'm not going to be down at Walt Disney World. I'm going to be on the West Coast. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We got to figure something out, though. But Jeff's on the line with us right now, so we're figuring that out. Jeff, what's going on?
Trying not to die from this heat.
I know your AC's out, man. I feel your pain. I wish I could help you out because it's not even. We don't even need our AC right here now. So, wish I could ship it out. to you for a couple days.
Thankfully, it's starting to rain. So that's such a cool off.
There you go. Just go outside and just look up. I don't know. I've been there. I totally know how you feel.
Yeah, but I don't know if you saw. I just booked my first ever Disney hotel for the night before Guardians opens.
So the 26th. So what hotel did you book?
I got All Star Sports just because it was the cheapest.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. There's a Mizzou banner. There's a bunch of them all over there. Well,
there's the Michigan. The Michigan State one is weird. I'll have to like send to you, Mike, or like I'll tweet it. It says Big Green. It's not Michigan State. It's Big Green.
It doesn't either. It doesn't say Mizzou either. It says Tigers, but it's black and gold. So I claim it. Like, see, same thing. Like they're trying. Yeah, you claim it. There's probably an Ohio State, but it would say. I don't even know if it would say. There's not one that says Buckeyes.
Scarlet, maybe.
I don't think so. Maybe you don't have one. I don't think so.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't dare put an Ohio State on there.
You'll have to look.
But no. Speaking of all those, I'm because you were talking about the pricing of how things change. I'm waiting. I'm going to the Ohio State Notre Dame game week 1, and I'm just waiting for those ticket prices to drop.
Whew, I can't imagine those would drop. I think they would get more expensive as the game approaches. That's going to be a game.
So right now it's only the season ticket people that have tickets, but Ohio State sells like single game tickets about like a month before the season. Those are normally pretty reasonable.
Is it in South Bend or is it at the Horseshoe?
Nope, in the Horseshoe, and it's a night game.
Oh man, that's a great game. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But with this Genie Plus thing, I'm with Alfred or whatever. I haven't paid for it. I'll never pay for Genie Plus. I have done one individual lightning lane, but Genie Plus, I won't pay for.
Okay, what ride did you deem was good enough for an individual lightning lane? I still can't do that even. I can't.
It was Flight of Passage on my mom's birthday.
Okay, see, on a celebration, I get it. Or last day of your trip, you want to do it one more time. You don't have much time. You want to do it. I get that. I see where there are circumstances it works out, but it's just like I am. And again, I'm not trying to sound like, I'm privileged or anything, but the way I tour is that if I don't ride something this trip, I know that I'll be back at some point. I just don't have to sweat it. I'm very lucky.
Yes, it's the same way with us. Because I went down. What's today? 23rd. So I went down about 2 weeks ago for the AP preview. So now I'm going for the opening of Guardians. I'm trying to see if I can double dip and get a boarding group and an individual lightning lane.
You like it that much?
Oh, I loved it. I rode it 3 times in a row during the AP preview.
Iron stomach. No way I could. There's no way. I loved it, but I could not do that. Oh.
Now the only thing is probably have to rush into the gift shop and buy souvenirs because it wasn't open.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I'm curious how that's going to go.
Yeah, because that souvenir shop is small, but the stuff in there is super cool. Because they let us go in for the media preview and we could look at everything, we just couldn't touch anything.
Yeah,
and we could videotape it all, and the stuff in there was awesome. It looks like straight out of an 80s roller rink kind of stuff, but it was not big. And picture a quarter the size of the Post Space Mountain store. It's small, and it's one in one. There's not you don't pass through it. You got to go in and out the same door. I think that's how they had us going in.
Yeah, that's because I know you don't exit the ride. No, you have to exit and to walk up to it.
Yeah, you don't come out and through the store. You actually have to you walk past the store and you decide either to go in or not. Just walk past.
It's kind of like the Toy Story Mania. Remember when they had that tiny store when you exited Toy Story? Yeah,
that's what it feels like that. It's almost like it's an afterthought kind of thing, but it's a brand new. It's
Yeah.
a brand new attraction.
Everyone's gonna want the merchandise.
Exactly. I didn't think about that, Jeff. That's going to be a nut house. That's going to be like survival in that place. I feel sorry for the cast members working in that place.
For real.
Oh, I did. So, Mike, have you been in Connections Eatery yet?
Oh my gosh, I've destroyed it. I've been there 4 times. I have a table there with my name on it. It's right by the palm tree in the back corner.
Oh yeah. I forgot you posted the picture. I think
That's
we
my
sat.
table. It's the
I
second
think
in.
we sat
It's
close
not
to that.
Yeah, it's not the core. It's not the last one by the door. It's the second one because I don't want the one by the door. I want the next one over by the palm tree, by the monorail tracks, by Guardians. That's my table.
Yeah. But I'm going to get off and let other people hop on here.
All righty, Jeff. Well, hey, if we don't talk to you, have a good time down there. Enjoy sports, and you better leave a pennant because we got to see a picture.
Yeah. If you find the Ohio State one, I'm curious what it says. So like definitely share it with us.
All right. We'll see you later.
For all we know, it might just say Ohio.
It could, but I don't
might.
think it does because I would have seen it. I have an eye for those things. We'll see. All right. See you,
All
Jeff.
right.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Brooke's been hanging
I say
on.
not as good as Sparty, I think is what it's actually going to say. But
All right. We have our next caller on the line. Brooke is joining us. Thanks for being so patient. Brooke, what's going on?
Oh, how are you guys?
We are doing well. How are things in PA?
Good, Brooke. Future BOGP cruise person. My first Disney cruise line. Anything? So I'm really
first Disney Cruise Line on the Wish. I mean, that's a way to do it.
Never been on a Disney cruise. Oh, but this is going to be like me going to Disneyland kind of thing for you. This is craziness.
I mean, I've never even been on a big ship cruise. I've only gone on a small cruise in like southern Argentina in Patagonia, and that was cool. But this is like a big cruise, and I've never done that. So.
Well, we're not going anywhere that cool, but we're going on a better ship.
Yes, that's right.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I kind of didn't do much research. I'm kind of just going on it because of the community of people that I'm starting to know and meet through the podcast, and that's kind of what got me into it. And then Marlessa said she'd been researching it, and I looked at one video on YouTube, and my mind was blown, and now I'm really freaking out because I'm really excited.
Here's the problem, though, right? And this is what we run into. Scott knows this too, is that because like when we started booking it and I was, putting out all the quotes and people were, and I'll tell you what, this is just a little inside baseball for everybody that's listening today. We have more people booked for this podcast cruise than we've had for any other podcast cruise. And we've done 5 before. This one so far is going to be the biggest. I mean, we still have over a year to go to book these cabins, but this will be the biggest, and we're going to have all kinds of good times, podcasts, little stuff. Pam is really good about working with Cruise Line to get us some special stuff to happen during the cruise, in addition to all the cool stuff you get to do with Disney Cruise Line. I mean, even if you didn't do anything with groups, you would have an awesome time just taking a regular sailing with Disney Cruise Line. We do all these group activities on top of that, but I'm just telling you, like, the problem is right now it is May 2022. We don't sail till July of 2023. Like, I'm so amped up. I can't handle, like, I got to wait 14 months, 13 and a half months. I can't be at this pitch this
It makes me want to book another cruise.
Scott said exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to slow down my intake.
Right.
And just be more excited next year. But,
So
sorry, my phone's a little delayed, so I hope I'm not talking over you guys.
No, it's fine. So what is there one thing besides, like, everybody getting together, because we're going to have an amazing time, but getting on the ship, what kind of thing, like with Disney Cruise Line, has you excited? I'm always curious about that. Like, is there something special about the Disney Cruise Line itself, that experience that you're really excited for?
Well, I am all about theming. And so when I started just doing this one video of, and this isn't even the wish, it was like the dream, I guess, just the level of theming of the different areas on the ship, whether it's the restaurants and the lounges, like that just had me really excited. And I think from what I read about the wish, I'm most excited about, I think there's a lounge that's Princess Frog, New Orleans Jazz, Southern Charm. I don't know. I read about that, and that has me really excited because I love jazz music. I love New Orleans. That sounds awesome.
And the thing about it, let me just tell you this, and I'll let Scott give one thing that really gets him excited, jazzed up about Disney cruises. The thing is it because you're into theming, right? In these ships, when you're at Walt Disney World, you tend to like be at Port Orleans French Quarter, for example, if you really like New Orleans, right? So you're there and you're in that theme, but then you do have to get on a bus and ride the bus over to the Magic Kingdom or to Epcot, and it kind of changes. But when you're in a Disney cruise, like you're in that, you're in that environment for for 4 solid days, and like it's so great because you walk from the adult district where we'll, watch a comedian, and then you go to maybe watch a movie in the movie theater. You go to dinner, and then you have a pirates night, and you go up on deck, they'll shoot off fireworks, and then you go have snacks, and then we have pizza and ice cream, and it's just nonstop, and it's all, it's just like a floating party. It just never, during the day you're playing pool games up on the top deck and swimming in the adult areas, and the kids are eating chicken nugget, unlimited chicken strips. There's happy, and I'm eating unlimited chicken strips with the kids.
Yeah.
Scott, I mean, what do you think? I mean, the thing is, it's so easy just to hang out. Like, it's the opposite of all the Genie Plus stuff we talked about 30 minutes ago.
Yep. It's definitely the opposite of what we're talking about with Genie Plus. But one thing I really like about Disney Cruise Line, and I recommend everyone that's going to cruise and sail, even if you're not on this cruise, is just like talk to the cast members. Like they're gonna be on this ship with you for 4 nights, 5 nights, whatever the cruise length is, and like you run into them all over the place. Like these cast members do multiple roles. Like I'll see a person as a character handler in the morning, and then they'll be hosting like a tea party later that day, and then they're doing another thing later on in the day. Like you see the same cast members throughout the whole sailing, and I just love like talking to them, getting to know them. Mike's hit on this many times. After night one, the planner, like the party person, I don't even know what the right name is for their role, but like they know me and Mike by first name after the first night. And once we even had we ran into one at lunch, like on an excursion on the island once. Dino, remember Mike? We saw Dino at lunch and he joined us. Like it was awesome.
Was that the day we were at Margaritaville?
Yeah, it was Margaritaville Day.
He was worried we were not going to make it back to the ship, and we could see the ship from where we were sitting at the bar.
But I love, like at Walt Disney World, you love cast interaction, but I think it's even more important on Disney Cruise Line. And to me, these are the best of the best. I mean, I'm not saying that the ones at Walt Disney World aren't the best. They're great. But something about Disney Cruise Line, like it's just exceptional service, and I just love chatting with them because they're going to be there with you for the next 5 nights too, or 4 nights, whatever the sailing is. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Very cool. Very cool. I have one quick thing before I go. I actually called for a request. Some of the podcasts I listened to, once I found you guys years ago, but then when I kind of listened to older podcasts, I liked when you were on vacations, Mike, sometimes, I guess mostly race weekends, and you would do like really short clips, like at night, like after your day, and you would just like recap what you did or like something that stood out. And I think that you should do that in Disneyland because it's going to be all new for you. And I think like that momentary, like your reactions in the moment will be priceless. So I think you should try to do that if you can when you're in Disneyland.
Those things would be like 10 hours long. No, okay, I will do that. I will say, I always intend to do those on my Walt Disney World vacations. I try to do those every trip. And then what happens is I get back to the hotel like 11 o'clock at night, and I am so tired that I'm like, I can't do it. I sit down in my bed.
Maybe Instagram has taken its place.
And that's it. That's true. Because before Instagram and all that stuff, where I was giving like live feedback all day, there was a thing called Audio Boo. It was such a dumb name, but I'd record those and post those little audio clips because it was before Instagram and video was available to be published.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. But you're right. It kind of took the place. But I will do a show like that because Scott will be out there too.
I second Brooke on that too. Like those as a listener too, man. Those used to be some of my favorites. I'll never forget once it was like a wine and dine weekend, and we had the minivan song actually made its way to a podcast because you would just randomly record like, hey, we just had dinner at Polynesian. This is what we're doing. Blah blah blah. Hey, now we're in the back of the minivan. The girls are going to sing the song for you. Blah blah blah. Like I don't know. Like it was so epic. Like
riding in a minivan. I still remember that song. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We will do that. That's a great suggestion, Brooke. And you know what? Personally, that'll be something fun for me because I cannot tell you how excited I am. In that way, I'll have that little time capsule of that moment. Of my thoughts.
Yeah.
I will do that, and I think it'll be fun to talk about. I'll be nuts.
Interviews in the corrals were always kind of fun too. Like I remember for my first marathon, you're interviewing me like an hour before, and like I got butterflies in my stomach. And
What's your strategy for this marathon, Scott?
Yeah. I'm so afraid to get it out on the open because, like, what if I didn't finish? Oh man, good call, Brooke. I think thanks for bringing that up because I love those episodes. Those are some of my favorites.
We will make it happen. That's an easy one because it's just right there on the phone. That'll be fun.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you, Brooke. You have a good evening too. Take care.
Bye.
All righty. Well, that is going to do it for another Be Our Guest podcast live.
Dude, that was like the quickest hour of the day. How did that happen? Like,
I know.
My gosh.
I know it goes quick, but we'll be back again next Sunday night, even though, well, we'll see. Next Sunday night is Memorial Day weekend. God, can you believe it? Kick off summer next weekend.
I know.
So
you'll be playing Fresh Prince Summertime on Friday's episode.
Yeah, don't forget because I'm recording that this week. So we will stand by. We'll let you know because I don't think I'm doing anything. So we can probably do a live call-in show next Sunday night. You may be traveling, you may not. So we'll see. But I mean, I'll be here. So we'll probably do one. So count on it. We'll unless something comes up. But
who knows? Memorial Day weekend, it's fun to get out of town for a little bit, but we don't know yet. And if you know what, like maybe I'll pack up the stuff and I'll do it from a secret location.
That'd be even cooler. Be even cooler. So we will do that. But this week we're lucky because we are going to have the podcast. Ricky is going to be joining Scott and myself. Pam is traveling again. Pam is doing a lot of traveling this summer. Let me just tell you, she is going to go on a certain cruise ship here soon. Before the general public, which I can't say which cruise ship, but you can probably figure that out. She's also going to go on a galactic mission here shortly. So there's a lot of stuff she's doing. So it's not that she's not on the podcast. She's just getting to do cooler stuff than the show right now. But she's going to bring it all back to tell us about these great experiences so that we can all be informed and have great experiences ourselves. So Scott's going to be in with us. It's going to be Mike and Scott and Ricky. Like I said, Ricky has been to Disneyland and Walt Disney World all in the same week. So she'll have lots to share because she was out at the Magic for Less training out there at Disneyland. So plenty coming your way on this week's show. So hope you will enjoy that. And if you're listening on Friday's show, it's going to be a good one. I promise you. I'm sure Ricky's going to be talking about everything she did. So we'll have
you'll have some Fresh Prince in the morning.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. All right. So don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. You know all the details. We are standing by to help you plan that 2022 Walt Disney World trip. But don't forget, June 8th is the day. It's go day for 2023 tickets and packages. People have been asking. That is the date, June 8th, 2022. We can book 2023 packages. So coming up here in just a couple of short weeks. But until then, we can take care of Walt Disney World for this year, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and Adventures by Disney. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, when you shop online over at Amazon, like I had to do because my daughter dropped her iPhone, but luckily she only broke the glass screen protector, not the screen. That's a hint for if you got teenage daughters, get those glass screen protectors for the phone because they shatter, but the glass on the phone typically doesn't. And that's the best, like $10 you can spend. So I had to buy one of those today. Use the link if you can. It really does help us out. You get like 25 cents, but hey, it adds up. So just use our link at beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons who allow us to put the show out 3 to 4 times a week all around the world. You guys make it happen. And also you get Mike in the Midwest every week. So come on over patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give Scott a follow at Epscott, EPSCOT. If you check him out on Instagram, you will see him on the links on the weekends and sometimes after work. You can see his battles there. And you can also see his 2 miles a day, which Scott, again, proud of you, man. You get 2 months plus, right? Every day, 2 miles plus.
Yeah, it's no 13 like some of us, but yeah, it's something, it's achievable, right? Like I can just knock out 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, depending on if I'm running or walking. So it's been good. And it's the perfect time to do it. Love that spring air, getting outside. So thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, you get outside. So yesterday it was storming like crazy. You mentioned this before we went on the air. It was storming like crazy in St. Louis. So I jumped down on the treadmill. My treadmill's in a storage room. There's nothing in it but junk. But there's no windows or anything in this room. And so I'm down there, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, super early in the morning. I hear the thunder. I was like, I have the door open, so I can kind of see the lightning through the sliding door in the basement. And all of a sudden I get to like mile 11.98. So I'm totally like zoned out. I didn't have the iPad downstairs because I didn't plug it in the night before. Just kind of zoned out. Lightning must have hit. power goes out for just a split second.
No.
Whole like basement's pitch black, boom, and the belt stops.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's always been my fear about running
my
like
God,
at
it's
home.
the
Like, what if the power goes out?
because it was not only because like when the belt stops and because I run at 6.2, so like I mean, and like whoom, I ran right into the thing and like, but I mean, it was pitch black, so I was like, or I mean, the girls were sleeping upstairs, so if I would have like killed myself, at least I could have screamed or something. I wasn't home alone.
Right. I always worry I'm going to get knocked out when there's a power outage if on the treadmill.
But I've been having nightmares about that since like last night. I was having seriously, I had a nightmare. So
Wow.
like ever since I've been on it, like I'm scared. Like it hasn't been, the weather's been fine, but now like I got that in the back of my mind, man. If there's like a wisp of wind, I'm like nervous to death that thing's gonna cut off and kill me. So yeah. Anyway, that's my story from the weekend. Treadmills are dangerous. Be careful in the stormy weather. Could go out.
Yes.
You need a window. Okay. Anyway, so I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. You want to see the crazy stuff like that? Come on over and we'll be back again this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with the shows. So until we talk to you again. Oh, also come on over to the Discord. We never talk about that enough. Great conversations on the Discord. Just go to beourguestpodcast.com. There's a link to the Discord chat going on there. We have a good time over there too. So let's get out of here. Scott's here. I'm here. It's time to go get some dinner. So if you're listening on Sunday night, have a great Sunday night. If you're checking it out on the feed on Thursday, hope you had a great week. One more day and we're up to the weekend again. So for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Thursday or a great Sunday night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. George says baseline check.
I know. So early in the episode, he was like, I gotta check out. I'm going to the studios, and boom, he's already there. That's awesome.
Dude, I gotta send you over here. I'll just show you real quick. Hang on. Because you'll love this. Hang on. So there's this new place that you would love. Yeah, where is it? I took a picture.
It's in your town?
Yeah, it's it's right next to that brewery you stayed at. It's in that street, Charles. Well, how do I
went to first time I went to a First Watch, I believe it's right there too.
Yep. So there's this new place called Loaded
baked potatoes?
No, nachos.
Loaded nachos. Okay.
Dude, that's
what?
That's what
oh my gosh.
So one were Korean nachos on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They're on like wontons, and the other one Pam picked out. They're just like,
oh man,
nachos.
That looks really good.
I got heartburn from those, man. They were.
I bet.
But yeah, so I was thinking of you.
I bet I'm gonna splurge tonight. I'm gonna have pizza. I think. It's just easy Sunday night after the podcast. So
that's what you gotta do.
That's what you gotta do sometimes. Oh, I want to test something really quick. I got this button. I just want to see what it does. Hopefully, it won't disconnect me again. That's what happened last week. Hold on. Oh, what is this?
It says you're sharing the screen. You're ready to share your screen.
Oh, is that what it says? Okay.
Well, wait, do it. Hang on. I can show it. Hang on.
I don't have permission.
Oh, wait. Try it again. Do it again. It disappeared like when I went to hit it. Okay, hang on. Show in stream. 2, 1.
Interesting.
Well, so do you have something selected? Like, because
hold on. Oh, like I could show my email, or like, is that showing like an email that you sent me?
No, it's not showing.
If I hit the share button, it will.
Like, just pick it up.
Am I showing my screen now?
Yeah. So now, so that's cool.
I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah, that's cool. So, and then I can do this too, because why?
You're showing like reading the news or whatever.
I can solo it. See, and like I can take George off. Hang on. See, look.
Well,
look at that dorky guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to use that because I can do that too, but I always forget to do it because it's like too hard to manage things.
Yeah, I didn't know that makes sense. Screen, okay. I thought I was gonna make my screen bigger and not show the chat. I was curious what it was gonna do. Okay.
So what we could do is we'll not have to worry about this next week, but like moving forward, like we could do the news and like you could maybe pull up the news stories and that'd be like so we have some visual stuff so it looks even better. I just can't. Like I'm trying to watch like the levels and everything else on the phones. It's so hard to keep.
Look at that. Always enhancing the listener's experience.
That's right. That looked good though. That was like super crystal clear on my end.
Good. Nice.
I need to put that background on mine. Mine's just a boring old Gmail box. That was cool looking.
Oh, you like my background?
Yeah, that's cool. That little theme.
Yeah, it was like mountains or something. Yeah.
Mine's
cool. We're going out west soon, So
we're going to have so much fun. I cannot wait. It's been too long. It's going to be awesome.
Good.
All right. We'll have a good pizza and I will talk to you tomorrow night. I'll send you the link
All right. Sounds good.